Hello, this is a guide for my COA Chronomancer. This is an insane all-around character that permafreezes everything on your screen and one-taps bosses. This has been my best starter since the game's release and just so much fun. I've been stomping the entire game since day one, and in this video I'm going to go over all the mechanics of the build, including gear, gems, jewels, and the passive tree, as well as a full written leveling and endgame guide that I will link below. I'll first start off with a brief overview of the mechanics of the build. Our main skill is Ice Nova, which is a cold AoE spell that we are self-casting. It has a cold infused version that does roughly quadruple the damage of its original. We then pair our Ice Nova with Snap and Siphon elements to generate our cold infusions. We have a Cast on Ailment with Comet and Cascade for some additional clear, and then a Frost Wall setup for additional single target. I'll start off by hovering over each piece of gear in case anybody wants to just immediately copy it, and then afterwards I'll go through each piece of gear and talk about their stat priorities and how they work together. Starting with our staff here, the most important line is going to be the plus level of all cold spell skills, or all skills works as well, followed by the increases to cold or spell damage, both is great, and then the as extra lightning, which helps us shock. You do want to find that line on some other piece of gear or a jewel or something like that if you do not have it on your staff. And then the freeze buildup doesn't matter at all. Ideally, you would have increased spell crit chance and the spell crit bonus. Cast speed is okay, but we don't really care about cast speed as much as we care about the crit mod. For our helmet here, we have an Alpha's House socketed with cost efficiency. This is literally just purely for the spirit. If you don't have this, then you can just use a helmet, ES based helmet with life and resistances. And next up we have our amulet here, and it is just a really bad +3 amulet. Ideally you would have +3 spirit, cast speed, or crit chance or crit bonus, and then max life and mana. This is really bad. This is just okay. The main thing that you care about though is going to be the +3. As for our ranger, the main stats you're going to look for are going to be maximum life, followed by resistances. You can also get stuff like cast speed, that's okay. Mana helps with our mana sustain and just overall pool. Same thing for both rings, and these both have some rarity rings. Also look for a mana regen roll on one of them. Next up we have our chest piece here, and this is going to be the really important stuff. You want a Vile Robe specifically. All of the top tier ES bases, being the Vile Robe, the Siren Scale gloves, and the Sekima sandals, seem like they provide a much larger amount of ward when you rune forge them, and we are fully ward based. We have 144 max ES. We do not care about ES at all. We only care about ward. On your chest piece, you want to have a Vile Robe that has max life, spirit, and then resistances. Those are the only stats that you care about at all. You do not care about the increases to energy shield. It does not apply to the ward, so make sure you rune forge these on the Verisium Anvil. Same thing for our gloves here. You want life, mana, resistances on a Siren Scale glove. You can also do things like use an Essence of Hysteria to go for crit damage bonus on your suffix. I just bought a pair that looked pretty good for a couple exalts and slapped that on there, and I got this, and it's pretty good. As for our belt here, we have a Darkness Enthroned. I am not 100% set on this thing yet. It's not great. You can also use like an Ingenuity. Our belt slot is pretty free. You can use a rare belt with life, mana, and res if you are wanting to loosen up your res requirements on your other pieces of gear. But here I just have a Darkness Enthroned with exposure effect and area of effect. Again, it's okay. It's not great, but that's what I'm using for now. Next up we have our boots here, and the most important stats are going to be movement speed, #1, followed by life, resistances, a stat if you need it. I am way over stat requirement. You do not need that. And then mana. As for our charms, I'm using a Fall of the Axe silver charm. If you can't afford this, just use a regular silver charm, and then a Dowsing Charm and a Stone Charm. As for our jewels, the most important stats we're going to look for are going to be the increased spell critical damage bonus, or just general critical damage bonus, followed by increased critical hit chance or spell critical hit chance, followed by just increases to spell or cold damage. Cold pen can be kind of okay just for mapping, and I mean that's pretty much it. So we have a really nice Time Lost Sapphire. Again, the damage pen for cold does not really matter. The main thing that you care about on here is going to be notable passive skills, crit damage bonus, and notable passive skills, spell crit damage bonus, followed by crit hit for spells, and regular critical hit. I just bought the base that had these 3 stats already on there for 2 divines, and then I bought the new oil. It's an isolation oil. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it guarantees upgrade radius to large. You can also do things like desecrating a prefix for the radius, or buying one that already has the radius and one of the crit stats, and then going for desecration on the suffix to roll the other crit mod. There's a lot of different ways that you can do these. You can also fracture them, but fractures are very expensive, so I wouldn't go that route. I would just buy bases and then like YOLO desecrate, something like that. Next up, I'll go over our gems. I have Ice Nova with Mag Area 2, Zenith 2, Considered Casting, Pinpoint Critical, and Cold Mastery. Frost Wall with Considered Casting, Mag Area 2, Icicle, Spell Cascade, and Cooldown Recovery 2. Frost Bomb with Overabundance, Spell Echo, Mag Area 2, and CDR 2. Snap with Harmonic Remnants 2, Cooldown Recovery 2, Considered Casting, Mag Area 2. Cast on Ailments with Comet, Spell Cascade, Efficiency 2, Cold Mastery, and Boundless Energy 2. Got Blasphemy with Temporal Chains, Slow Potency, Ritualistic Curse, and Clarity 2. You don't have to use this if you don't have enough spirit. Siphon Elements with Harmonic Remnants 2, and just a Lightning Mastery. That doesn't really matter. Elemental Weakness with Heightened Curse and Focused Curse. You can also put Efficiency 2 in there. And then Mana Remnants with Harmonic Remnants 2. As for our weapon sets, we have Ice Nova set to just set 1. Frost Wall set to just set 1. Frost Bomb set to just set 1. Snap just to set 1. Cast on Ailments set to set 1. Blasphemy on both. Siphon Elements set to both. Elemental Weakness set to just set 2. And Mana Remnants set to both. As for some alternative to gems, you can also go with a Frostbolt setup with Considered Casting, Pinpoint Critical, Rapid Casting 2, Scion's Temper, and Proj Acceleration 3. If you do want to do this over Ice Nova, you can totally just slot this in basically, and then just use a Snake Pit in your left ring slot. You can also consider using Powered by Verisium. This generates you 3 Verisium infusions, which are just instant infusions, but they can be used as any infusion. So keep in mind, if you place Frost Wall, it's going to change it into a Lightning infusion, and it's going to be consumed on that. But this could be a nice button to press just as you're walking around mapping for the instant infusion generation, so you can consider fitting that in. As for our Ascendency, I first picked up Quicksand Hourglass, followed by Apex of the Moment, and then Now and Again. You could swap these between each other, but I would pick up the Slow first. And then finally, Phased Form. As for the rest of our passive tree here, you just start out by coming out the middle, grabbing LE damage, and then traveling up the middle, picking up basically just crit nodes, exposure effect, some infusion stuff, a cold wheel, and then you path out down here, and again, you grab some mana cost efficiency, crit, damage, more crit, some regen, and more crit. As for our weapon set passives, I'm tapping it here. These red ones right here are your weapon set 1. We have Stormbreaker and Overexposure, Sudden Escalation, Critical Overload, Stripped Defenses, Aether Flow, Controlling Magic, Deadly Force, and True Strike. As for our set 2, you're mainly just picking up a bunch of curse boosters. We have Master of Hexes, Lingering Whisperers, Zone of Control, Decrepifying Curse, and Impending Doom. Next up, I'll talk about how to play the character. For clearing, you are primarily one button. You are mainly just going to be pressing our Ice Nova. The Ice Nova is going to freeze things, and then most of the time, that is going to generate our cold infusions using Siphon Elements. But if you need more cold infusions, you also can use Snap. So if something is frozen, you're just walking around, Ice Nova gets frozen, Snap, generates you cold infusions, and again, Siphon Elements is going to do a lot of the cold infusion generation, but you'll use Snap here and there as you are walking along while just Ice Nova-ing. If you encounter a super tanky rare, you can throw down your Frost Bomb. That's going to give it like a minus 120-ish exposure, and is just going to make it paper. As for single target, we start off by using our Sigil of Power from our offhand Chiming Staff, then Curse, and then Frost Bomb. Spam Frost Walls, and you're basically from then forth just using Frost Bomb on cooldown with Frost Wall, Ice Nova, Frost Wall, Ice Nova, over and over, just like that. So that's going to be it from me. If you like this video, leave it a like, and if you want to see more updates to this build or other builds I do in the future, subscribe now. If you have any questions, check out the FAQ in the comment section below, or leave a comment yourself and I'll respond to you ASAP. I'm live right now and every day at twitch.tv/pathofky, so stop by and I will help you out. I'm just going to leave some raw footage at the end here showcasing a full map, and so you can get an idea if this is something you would like to play. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Get back! Down with the order! Victory is mine!
You don't bring soul fight.
Garukan favors me.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Subscribe now and like the video.